Welcome back, folks, as you're dealing with the frigid start to this weekend. But let's talk about the positive. High pressure overheads keeping the cloud cover at bay for most of Western Mass for today, so lots of sunshine out there, even though you are dealing with the cold temperatures anyway, with a reading right now of a whopping 1 degree. And then, of course, you have a little bit of a slight breeze from the northeast at 5 miles per hour, which really brings that wind chill down to -8 at this time. Not ideal, so you definitely want to make sure that you're bundling up. And I checked off mostly everything here: the beanie, the winter coat, the gloves, the scarf, even your sunglasses. You want to make sure that you are well prepared as you go ahead and start your weekend anyway, because it is quite cold out there. And those frigid temperatures aren't going to be improving until later this morning and into the early afternoon. Again, as that high pressure that's overhead brought some really cold polar Arctic air, dry air right down to the surface. And your temperatures right now shortly after sunrise in the negatives for the most part in the Pioneer Valley, the low single digits. Now, wind speed is not going to be a major factor at all today, but you do have a slight breeze down in the southern part of the Pioneer Valley, and with that, you do feel it. You know, you go from 5 or 4 degrees and feeling into the -8 to 10 window. Again, not really ideal, as the slight breeze is making most of the feels-like temperatures for southern New England in that negative range at this time. And things will improve. That sunshine will ultimately warm up the surface a little bit anyway, and temperatures will settle off into the low 20s when it's all said and done. But we do have this high pressure to thank anyway, because it's clearing the way for most of southern New England anyway, as we do actually have a couple different systems. Luckily, it's not going to be a big factor for us actually, because of this high dense high pressure system that's going to deflect this low pressure system that was crawling up the eastern seaboard. That's going to be migrating off to the east now, thanks in part to that heavier dense air that's going to be pushing things away. And it's actually going to do the same thing with this low pressure system that's trying to migrate over to the east, but will deflect up to the northeast. And with that, you're going to deal with maybe some cloud cover later on this afternoon, and maybe a quick snow shower tomorrow as that system passes off to the northeast. So some positive anyway, as this high pressure is giving us some favors with lots of sun anyway, despite the fact that we are dealing with that cold air that is settling in. We're actually going to continue to watch a clipper system that will be coming into the picture, materializing. Again, a clipper system is a weaker but fast-moving system across the U.S., and we'll see what the timing is going to be. But right now, between Monday night and into Tuesday, some lighter snow, maybe some freezing rain. But we'll watch the models closely as things kind of develop over the next 24 to 48 hours. So let's take a look at our futurecast here. This is where we stand right now. Again, that sunshine sandwich, as I mentioned earlier, you have cloud cover to the west, cloud cover to the east. For the most part, you're going to have that belt of clear skies anyway for lots of sun today until later on this afternoon. Some of that cloud cover starts working its way into the picture. And with that, going into tomorrow morning, more of a partly cloudy day to start anyway, and maybe getting clipped by a couple lingering snow flurries by some of that moisture that gets caught up with that passing system to the north, but nothing major whatsoever. Very quick and brief flurry may end up falling from the sky in some parts of Western Mass tomorrow afternoon. And things really go ahead and clear up Monday. But I do want to mention, with that exiting high pressure tomorrow, we are going to deal with some wind gusts for the most part on Sunday, and that's not going to be ideal. Nothing crazy. Going to be dealing with wind gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. It will be brief, but a little bit of a hindrance for your second half of the weekend. Mostly dry otherwise, except for this clipper system on Tuesday. Other than that, things feel pretty favorable. Back on over to you, Bree.